My name is Kevin Whalum, and I love J. Ross TV.
What's up, y'all? This your boy J. Ross in St. Louis with the man himself, the vocalist, Mr. Kevin Whalum, y'all. Wait a minute, J. Ross TV, 10 million strong, y'all. Hey, Kev, man. Now, we was talking about this a few minutes ago, man. You know, your vocal talents. You know, where did it come from? Like, were you always gifted, or did you develop it?
Well, I happen to believe that, you know, you have to be born with a gift for a certain thing. Not that other things can't be developed, but there are certain people who you just look at and you hear and you realize, okay, God gave them a gift to do what they're doing. My brother Kirk has a gift to play that instrument, you know, to play that saxophone. I could develop that talent, but I was not gifted with it, you understand? So that's the difference that I'm making. So I am humbled that the Lord chose me to gift me, G-I-F-T, me, with the ability to sing and perform.
That's all right, sound check.
Sing and perform and just entertain, you see. So, you know, I have been formally educated. I've had vocal instruction, but all of that was to sharpen the gift that God had already given me. You don't go in not knowing how to sing and then come out knowing how. You either know how to sing or you don't. And so I was gifted with the ability to sing, and I chose to further myself by going to get education for it, formal education, learning new ideas, new tricks, new things to help this last even longer, because there's so many people out here with great gifts and talent who just don't have the information that you need to sustain this thing. And you probably know people watching this can probably think of someone who used to be able to sing a certain way and they can't anymore because of either hard living or drugs or alcohol or just not taking care of themselves, not getting enough rest, vocal nodules and that kind of thing. So there are certain things that I do that, you know, is no matter what, I'm going to do these things. I don't talk outside when it's a certain temperature. I don't take in that cold air into my lungs and then give me all kinds of problems later on. You know, so if I see you outside, even though James, you're my boy, if it's 40 degrees and you say, hey, Kev, what's up? I'll be like this.
Be all, man, Kev, stuck up, man, Kev, stuck up.
I'm going to be like, you know, and then I'll be pointing to a building, you know, saying, follow me in here, you know, because I just can't talk outside when it's too cold. So I have taken what God gave me. Hopefully I've taken it and made him happy by expanding on what he gave me.
Yeah. So is it like a bass player or a saxophone player, how they tone the instrument up, keep it well oiled and all? Is it the same thing?
In a lot of ways, yeah. But the difference is that an instrumentalist can be, for instance, today is an example. I told you on the phone that I had to go to the hotel and get some sleep because we drove in really early this morning after a late show last night. And so when you are a vocalist, you have got to make sure that you get your rest. You can't hang out, you can't go party, you can't do blah, 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 because if you have a gig the very next day, the prudent vocalist will go and find a way to get some sleep. You're a bass player. There are drummers and sax players, whatever. They can be just as tired as I am. However, it's different for them because when they do what they do, it's not going to tell on them like it's going to tell on me. So when we hit the stage at night, all of us are at the same degree of tired, right? The only one that is going to be absolutely immediately evident that person is tired is the vocalist, because as soon as I open my mouth, you're going to hear you're going to hear that scratchiness, that hoarseness. The piano player is just as tired, but he's just playing, you see. So if you are a vocalist, you've got to get some rest. You've got to do.
Now, does that apply for a young vocalist, you know, just starting out?
Anybody.
For anybody.
Anybody that calls themselves an aspiring vocalist, you better get some rest, or you just you'll come up, not that you're going to kill yourself, but you will come up against way more problems vocally than you need. than is required. You don't. I mean, you're going to learn things on the road anyway. Don't compound the problem by adding hoarseness on top of whatever it is.
Yeah. Now, growing up in the Whalum household, did you already know you can sing growing up, or did it come later in life?
I mean, I've been singing, James, since I can remember. So
Straight
I
up?
don't remember a moment like a eureka moment where I went, "Oh, I can do this." It's just something that I always did from the time I could really understand what was going on. I've been opening my mouth, making sounds. It just so happened that those sounds were on pitch, and they had something in them that someone recognized. So I just kept doing it. I used to, I played outside like every other kid, but there were times when I would go in my room, and I'm talking about when I was like 10, 11, 12 years old. And I would stand in my mirror and I would turn on my record player.
I know the name.
Many of you don't know what a record is, but I turn on my
record.
record player and sing the songs, and I would break parts down. I would do the bass line, I'd play the drums, I would do the horn line, piano line. I would sing those parts, and it wasn't that I need to go practice. I was just going to do what it is I enjoy doing, and that's what happened. That's how I wound up mimicking instruments and training myself without realizing that's what I was doing.
Yeah. So now, you at the age you're at, you say you went outside and you did play. I was thinking since you couldn't mess up your vocals, you didn't play football and all that type of noise.
I'm a big dude now, but I didn't grow up a big dude.
Oh,
I was a rather small dude. I was about 5 when I was in the 7th grade. Man, I was like 5'1". I was a tiny dude, and I started growing, of course, throughout high school. And I didn't start putting on serious weight until I was leaving college. I went to Morehouse.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't start putting on serious weight until I was leaving college. And, I started working out, bodybuilding. Within like maybe 3 months of when I moved to Chicago back in the early 90s, maybe like 3 months away from competing in this all-natural bodybuilding contest. But then check this out, I got derailed because I caught the chicken pox. Because I never had it as a kid.
Right.
So, and I caught it obviously at the gym that I was working out in. People not wiping down the machines and that kind of thing. Man, I got so sick. And, for an adult, chickenpox can lead to shingles, which is one of the most painful things that a person can have.
Yeah.
So it didn't go to that point for me, but I didn't get back into the workout thing after that. So I never did compete. But so, yeah, my life has been a series of, forays into different areas of life. And so far, the only constant has been my relationship with the Lord and music.